Hello. So today we are going to be talking about the importance of a capability statement. If you don't know me by now, my name is Alicia Moore. I am the CEO of Clinical Science Research Solutions, and we have just been certified as a minority woman business enterprise organization, literally on January the 2nd. Today it is January the 5th of 2026. So the next step for CSRS or for myself is to create a capability statement. Now, just a little bit of a background on the certification. This actually gives you more opportunities to bid on government contracts, federal, state, and even pharma, especially if you're in the clinical research space. So, and then with the capability statement, think of it as your enterprise CV. It is basically giving your buyer a synopsis of the services and or products you have to offer, and maybe like a little bit of a history on clients you have served, or if you're new to it, a history on your work as it pertains to the business that you have created. So this today it won't be long, but I just want to show you kind of like the structure of what it looks like. And then also I will be hosting a webinar, a 3-day webinar on what happens after you become certified, these steps. And we're going to be talking about the capability statement on the first day, but we're going to do a more deeper dive on the capability statement starting on January the 26th versus on what we're going to talk about today. This is more of an overview, but I want to give you an idea of what this capability statement, what it could look like for you. Let's see. This is how we're going to do it. I found this capability template online. It looks like it was created from 2022. So essentially, the way you're going to set it up is you're going to have your business name and your business logo. Obviously, it's not going to necessarily say capability statement, but your capability statement is like a really strong marketing tool for the buyers. So let's just go through this just a little bit. And I want you to take note on the bullet points, because whenever you get ready to create your capability statement, you're not going to create like long paragraphs of your capability statement, because similar to a CV, your buyers are only going to take maybe 30 to 60 seconds to review the capability statement. So basic information, corporate contact information, that's going to be your business, where it's located, the telephone number, your email, website, a fax number if you have that. Geographical coverage. So maybe the area that you are covering, let's say if it's Missouri, I live in Missouri and I'm covering like, 3 regions, if you will. We're looking at Southeast, St. Louis, and Kansas City. So something like that. Also, your area of expertise. Now, as you can see here, it wants you to give bulleted statements and not long paragraphs, because as I said, you are highlighting the work that your organization, what they can do, and you're highlighting outcomes. You're highlighting the fact that you're able to solve a pain point for a particular agency, if you will. So you're going to give about, on this template, it looks like 5 bullet points. And then the unique capabilities and or resources, you're going to give about 4 or 5 bullet points on that as well. What is unique to your organization? What are you capable of doing? What kind of resources do you have that's going to benefit your B2B client? Remember whenever I talked about you having a history of working with maybe other organizations? Well, you're going to list past projects or customers and just give a brief description. And again, I want you to notice the format of the capability statement. You're looking at 4 bullet points. It doesn't need to be very long. It needs to be precise, on point, and nothing long and drawn out. Also, there are keywords that you should be entering in, and then you have to think whenever you are creating your capability statement, there is like a scope of work that your organization provides. Also, I want you to remember and to think about whenever you are applying to a job, some of the roles may be a little different. So you tweak your CV to the role you're applying for. You're not lying about it because you have those skills. So it's the same thing with your capability statement. You have your core competencies or your core work that you do, but for example, let's say you're in the cleaning industry. You have a cleaning service, right? Well, the cleaning services that you may do at a university is going to be totally different than what you're going to do at a hospital. However, it's still under the umbrella of a cleaning service. So that's something you want to keep in mind. It's still cleaning, but the requirements to keep it clean is going to be totally different. Let's see here. Key personnel experience. That is your experience as the entrepreneur that you are, as the business owner. Security clearances, that's not applicable to clinical research professionals. It's definitely not applicable to my business. Industry licenses, certifications, or quality assurance certifications. This is where the MWBE license certification, this is where you will add that and the number. Facilities and equipment, right now that doesn't apply to me. Now, if you are a site owner, that will apply to you, so you fill that information out. So you're looking at a DUNS number. It's not called DUNS number. I think it's called the unique identity entity number, and you actually get that number from sam.gov. You have to register your for-profit business within sam.gov, and that's something that we get into in one of my webinars that I'm going to be creating. The cage number also comes from sam.gov. The NAICS, those are the codes that are applicable to your business. So if you're in education, workforce development, there are going to be, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 workforce development, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for education. And then there are subcategories underneath those NAS codes. SIG, PSF, well, these codes don't necessarily apply to us. PSC, FSC codes. All right, small business certifications. Actually, let's see. I'm sorry, industry licenses. GCP. I took a clinical trial manager course, so that license certification will go here. My medical laboratory science, my undergrad degree, that certification will go there. Now, let me back up. So the small business certifications, this is where the MWBE certification, that's where you're going to list it. Not up there, but right here. Acquisition vehicles, ways they can buy from you, that's not applicable to my business. It may be applicable to yours, depending upon what kind of services and or products you have to offer. And here are some nice to have elements. You're more than likely, you're going to give your business background and history. Again, you're going to be brief. Let's think of maybe 3 to 4 bullet points here. Any special accreditations or awards? Well, I will say, let's say if your maybe institution is accredited, or if you have courses, let's say the principal investigator course that we have at CSRS, they will be accredited. And so that's something else that you can actually put on your application. My son is standing right here. All right. Customer testimonials, if you have any, especially if you have worked with any clients or any other businesses or B2B clients, you should have some testimonials that you can add here. Contact information for past or current customers. That's if they're willing to be references. Again, that may or may not be applicable to you, especially if you're new. And that part is okay. Okay. So what they have done is actually given you a capability statement that has been filled out. Remember, whenever I mentioned a few minutes ago that you're going to add your logo here, somewhere at the top of your capability statement, it could be here in the left corner or it could be here in the right corner, but somewhere at the top, not overly big, but as long as it's big enough, visible enough for you, for the company agencies to see it. And if you have any wording on it, it needs to be big enough for them to be able to read it. Okay, so the business summary. So as you can see, um, let's see here. The business summary should be a short paragraph that describes your business, what you have done, what you're able to do. And if you wish, this section can include a brief history of your business. As you can see on this left side, your business information, PO box number, contact information, telephone, fax number, email, your NAS codes here, cage codes, doing business, DMB certifications, all that can go here. And again, the way you set up your capability statement will differ from person to person or business to business, but it's pretty much going to be the same format. It's my understanding that really your capability statement should be one page, but on here it's let's see here. Yes, this is just giving a template of what your capability statement will look like. Again, capabilities, the area of expertise, types of work you can do for your client, use short sentences. Remember, I give it 4 to 5 bullet points here, and it should not be a long narrative of your capabilities. I shouldn't have gone there. You need to be specific and very clear. Any facilities and equipment. So list all facilities, equipment, and resources used to manufacture the products or provide the services. Include unique qualifications, techniques, and approaches used to perform work, including any state-of-the-art equipment or capabilities that are a part of your business. So I like how it breaks it down into, small definitions as to what you can actually put underneath each category. And again, it's very small, short sentences. They're very brief, concise. It is a snapshot of your organization's capabilities and the services you're able to provide, as I mentioned before. The expertise, again, you're going to give 3 to 4 bullet points, maybe 5 short bullet points. Customer, let's see, customers, testimonials. It says to provide a list of, 3 to 5 of your key customers, past and or present. Company names, those are sufficient as well. And now you're looking at a summary. So here it says the capability statement should generally be no more than 2 pages. Remember, keep it simple, but tell the reader what differentiates and why they should choose to do business with you. Not a 5-step guide on why they should do business with you, but you are telling them the problem that you're solving so they can do business with you, so they can offer you a contract. So this can be a standalone document to market your business or an attached to any pertinent literature you may already have, which will complete the story you want to tell about your business. This paired with an executive summary can introduce your company to any government agency or large businesses. And again, if you're working in the clinical research industry like myself, you're not just open up to the government contracts, state and or federal. You are open to pharma contracts as well, because they do have a supplier diversity program. And again, with the government, if you don't remember my previous video that I talked about, and then if you go and looked at my LinkedIn Live or YouTube Live videos for my first masterclass, I explain why it's important for you to have the certification as a minority business owner, because the government has mandated for all these big corporations to set aside so much money and set aside so many contracts to award to minority business owners because they want you to have a piece of the pie as a revenue. And then one of the things that I also want to mention as a clinical research professional and you're getting into the entrepreneur space, yes, I'm working on site, having my site, and I'm talking to a physician now. But sometimes with the way the economy is going, it is best to have different streams of revenue opportunities coming your way, and you have to create your own lane. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to come and save you. Now, so, and as a professional clinical research entrepreneur like myself, I have, the site. I'm now registered with Missouri Buyers as of today. CSRS is registered with Missouri Buyers. My nonprofit organization is registered with SAM.gov, and so is CSRS. So just kind of keep that in mind whenever you register with SAM.gov. Then, of course, it's going to open up a plethora of opportunities for you to start bidding on contracts and get awarded contracts, and again, from different organizations or different agencies. This is another template that you could possibly use. Insert the company name or logo. And again, look at how it's structured, why your company, bullet points underneath, the company background. And again, you're going to be given like a few short sentences, performance history, the name of a past customer, 3 to 4 of your primary customers, and the project description. And then let's see, I'm trying to name of a past, same thing. Oh yeah, so it's giving you 3 spaces to include that. I didn't mean to double up on talking about it. Okay, company slogan. If you have a slogan, at a glance, you're looking at, again, if you're a woman-owned business, entrepreneur, minority. It's not the DUNS. I mentioned that before. It's the UIE or UEI. I might be getting that backwards. Cage number, your codes, NASC. I think it's called NAICS NASC codes. And then testimonials, company logo, your address, phone number, fax number, and it seems like something's covering this up. Okay. And your website. And here is a good example of what your capability statement could possibly look like. They've given you some really great examples here on this template. So as you can see, the sentences are not long and drawn out. It gets to the point. And also you need to make for sure you add in metrics too. Buyers like to see that. So again, it's the same thing whenever you are applying to a job. Whenever a recruiter is looking at your CV, resume, and or the hiring manager, they like to see metrics as well. So your enterprise capability statement provides the same structure of information, but at a higher level because you're catering to B2B clients. Let's see here, 3-year warranty. Again, here's some metrics here. Outstanding reliability, less than 2% failure rate versus 15 to 20% failure rate of leading brands. See, this is telling the buyer that, hey, you know what? This company here, they are doing very well. Their failure rates are low, which means that's a lower risk for the buyer. So they're going to see this company as a low risk, and more than likely, hypothetically speaking, it's a possibility you could win the contract because they don't see you as a high risk and you're within compliance within the industry, right? And it's the same thing whenever in the clinical research industry, sponsors want to see that you're at a low risk. And whenever they invest in you, they are investing in a reliable, trusted company that can deliver the results. Okay, again, as you can see, the background company, the description, it looks like it's 2 nice long sentences that gives a tight, nice, concise description of the company background. If you look at the performance history, again, you're looking at metrics supplied over $1 million in desktop PCs to date. And then I don't know what this means. SAIC now purchases 100% of desktop PCs from ABC Company. And now you're looking at the companies are projects that they have worked on, testimonials, and also they have entered in they've added their, well, not the company logo, but that's where you can put it. And then if you can see the street address, where they're located, the phone number, email address, and I can't see it. Oh, yes. Um, Website. Okay, so again, make sure you register for, and I'm actually going to show this to you right quick. Register for my WMBE masterclass. We start on January the 26th. It's going to be for 3 days. And if you haven't watched my previous masterclass, go take a look at it on my YouTube channel. I'll show you that here in just a second. But right now, let me share my screen right quick. Oh. My computer is acting just a little slow. Okay, I'm going to show like the whole screen here. Okay. So this is a series 2 of the masterclass, and I decided to do a series 2 only because I've been certified, and I want to tell you what that process looks like after you've been certified. So here's what it looks like. Again, we start on January the 26th through the 28th. It starts at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Here is what we're going to go over. As you can see, day 1, we're going to go over capability statements, learn why capability statements are required, how buyers use them, and why this step comes first after certification. Again, we're going to do more of a deeper dive than what we did today. So day 2, we're going to talk about the dynamic small business search narrative, how certified businesses are discovered inside federal procurement systems, and why visibility is different from marketing. Day 3, we're going to talk about government proposals. We're going to go over RFPs, RFQs, and RFIs. And of course, we have the learning objectives over the 3 days that you will be aware of. And then also, whenever you sign up for this event, masterclass, and or webinar, this is going to place you on the waiting list for the WMBE retreat that we're going to have this year. And I hope to see you all there. That it's going to be more of a high touch, more execution style, and it's going to be tailored to your specific needs in your business organization needs. What else do I want to show to you? Oh, the YouTube channel where I had my first series of the masterclass. And give me just a minute. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and then share the screen again. If you haven't already, go back and watch the LinkedIn lives that I did. But I want you to take a look at whenever I first started streaming the day 1 minority and women-owned business certification. That was a 4-day series. Go back and watch that to learn a little bit more on the opportunities it presents to you, why this certification matters, the actual documents that you need, what suppliers validate, and then the revenue opportunities. And I'll go over more of what that looks like in a personal webinar that I will be doing, that I will create for you all. Again, it's going to go more of a deeper dive. Okay. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more educational content like this. It's going to be more of a higher level. I say it's higher level content. And I basically like to teach on what I'm doing, taking you through the steps, because a lot of times what you see is like the outcome of people that have their businesses or have their certification. And it's not necessarily the information, especially in the clinical research space. This kind of information is not necessarily discussed, not from what I've seen. I have seen on PPD's website where they actually kind of they had a webinar discussing supplier and buyer needs and the certification and the benefits of having the certification as a minority business owner and the opportunities. Okay, so that I will see you next time, and hopefully I can start, adding more videos every Monday, good educational content, and drop a comment below and let me know your questions. Let me know if you have the certification in the clinical research space. And if so, have you won any contracts, or do you just have the certification as a marketing tool to let, organizations know that you are a minority owned business? All right. Talk to you soon. Ciao.